Hey everyone, I am your host Michelle and welcome to Short But Sweet. For this week we are making holiday cupcakes and I would love to welcome our guest for this week, Elise.
Hello, I am the aforementioned Elise.
So now we will be watching a condensed version of Elise's holiday cupcakes.
Hey everyone, Elise here. I am here to bake my favorite holiday flavor into a cupcake. My personal favorite flavor is peppermint bark, so I am going to be making a chocolate cupcake with a peppermint cream center and a white chocolate buttercream frosting.
And here we have all the ingredients I will be using for the cupcakes.
The first thing I do is whisk together the flour, the cacao powder, baking powder, and baking soda. Then I move on to mix all of the eggs, vanilla extract. Now I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients, and this recipe actually calls for buttermilk. We're gonna pop these babies into the oven. I know what you're thinking, I look completely different from the first half of the video. It's a new day, so let's finish up those cupcakes.
Making your own whipped cream is easy. Just beat the heavy cream and the peppermint extract until the soft peaks are formed. Then add the powdered sugar and continue beating. Buttercream is just butter and powdered sugar. To give it that white chocolate flavor, just add melted white chocolate.
And of course, the most important part of every time you bake, tasting.
So pretty. Cute. Great job, Elise. Your cupcake was like literally a Pokemon evolution of your favorite treat. Like I could just imagine taking a bite of your peppermint bark goodness right now.
It was so good. I was so happy with it. I was really nervous because I've actually never done a cream centered cupcake before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my first time doing it. So I knew how to do it in theory, but it was my first time doing it and it worked out really, really well.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, what's in the center? But that really works. So I want to know, Elise, what was your favorite part and your least favorite part of making these cupcakes?
My favorite part was honestly coming up with the idea, how I wanted to translate peppermint bark into a cupcake, because I really thought it was creative to put the cream center and then the white chocolate frosting. I wanted to try to do something creative with it, and I think I came up with a really good solution to that. And then my least favorite part was I changed clothes because when I was baking and I hit like record on my phone, I hit it too hard and I knocked over my camera and when I went to go catch it so my phone wouldn't break.
No.
I knocked over all the ingredients and I had to start again the next day, and I think that was probably the hardest part of the
Oh, wow. So if you were to make another batch of cupcakes, what would you do for the next one?
I think I would like to do a different chocolate cupcake recipe. This one had canola oil instead of butter, and I personally wasn't a fan of that change. And also with chocolate, a good little tip, anytime you bake chocolate, add coffee to it to help bring out the chocolate flavor. So next time I'm definitely going to add, instead of like just plain milk or plain water, add coffee to it to help really bring out the chocolate flavor a little bit more.
I heard about that too. I heard the coffee espresso makes it nice and moist.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that sounds so cool. Thank you so much, Elise, for showing us how you made your peppermint bark cupcakes. Yay! And now let's watch my video of my gingerbread cupcakes.
Hey everyone, it's Michelle. Today we will be making holiday cupcakes. Here I made some eggless gingerbread cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. You're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a half cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of milk. I am using coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a half cup of unsalted butter softened, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a half cup of molasses, If you have a sensitive nose, please wear a mask because the smell is very strong. I left it in the oven for about 18 minutes. For the cream cheese frosting, you will need 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, a cup of unsalted butter, 3 cups of confectioner sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Let's go ahead and do a taste test. For an eggless cupcake, it's super moist and the frosting is so good. I hope you guys love this recipe. Thank you guys so much and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Those look so good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my first attempt in making molasses gingerbread cupcakes. Like, it's totally eggless, and I did not anticipate the smell of molasses. It was just like a punch in my face. I was like, what? I didn't expect this. But it was honestly so good.
Gingerbread is another one of my favorite flavors. And what was it like making cupcakes that were eggless? I've never done that before.
I was so surprised because it literally tasted like I put eggs in it. And that's why you needed the molasses, because it gave you that egg kind of consistency. And it was just basically surprising to me that it tasted just like how it would if it had eggs in it.
That's so good. Ugh. I definitely want to try to make those because I love gingerbread so much. And cream cheese frosting is my favorite type of frosting. So
yeah, it was my, believe it or not, the first time making cream cheese frosting, and it was so much better than the sprinkles cupcake frosting.
Oh.
And I love their frosting.
I'm such a snob. I don't like their frosting. But I'm so glad you said that because I agree.
That used to be my favorite cupcake at Sprinkles, the red velvet with the cream cheese frosting. And then when I tasted this one, I was like, what? This is so much better.
You've been missing out. Homemade, man.
Homemade is definitely the way to go. Thank you so much, Elise, for being my guest for this week, making holiday cupcakes. And I've always admired your love for baking and how much you wanted to finish your kitchen so you could bake away. And where can we find you on social media?
I am Princess Bilbo. That's princess, like I'm a princess. And then Bilbo, like Bilbo Baggins, everywhere.
Cute. That's super cute. Do you have a cute special message for everybody during these holidays?
Well, I'm Jewish, so I really want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah. This year, Hanukkah is at the beginning of December, and I'm very excited to celebrate this year. My parents and I are going to bake a lot.
Ooh, yes. What's your favorite dish for Hanukkah?
You can't go wrong with latkes.
Well, everyone, I hope you guys stay safe, stay sweet, stay healthy, and find happiness in every day. And thank you so much for watching this episode of Short But Sweet. Happy holidays, everyone!